Hi YouTube, it's Yugioh Samurai 6 here. Today I'm talking about why Yu-Gi-Oh players should go to Nationals whether or not they have their invite. Start off with if you do have your invite, why you should go. Most of the time, getting your invite takes a lot of work and isn't that easy. One of the few exceptions to this is maybe if it's one of those 16-person single elimination tournaments and you just got lucky and got stuck with 15 mediocre players. Going to Nationals will help you become a better player by you going against nothing but really good players. You could say it's the same as just going to a big YCS, but that's not true. Anybody that has $20 can enter into a YCS as long as they're not banned. But at Nationals, you're only going to play against players that have worked hard to get their invite. Because at a Regionals, only about, give or take, 15% of the players that enter Regionals actually get their invite to Nationals. It's also good to play through the entire day of Nationals regardless of your record, because of all the events throughout the year that you can compete in. Nationals is most likely going to be the event you learn the most from. Now, for players that don't have their invite, which these are the people that are harder to talk to, so gotta say more stuff for them. First off, I'm going to say, if you don't have your invite, and live about 4 hours or farther away, and your only way of driving would be for you or your family to drive yourself, and you don't feel too confident in getting your invite, maybe you should hold off, as it would be expensive and it sucks to spend a lot of money and not getting an invite in the end. That being said, if a friend or somebody you trust is willing to take you for either free or a reasonable amount, then you'd be crazy to not go. Something you gotta realize is that the last minute qualifier, which is always on Fridays, is multiple 16-person single elimination tournaments where basically you gotta win 4 matches in a row, which is pretty easy. As long as you know what you're doing, winning 4 matches in a row really isn't that hard. It's actually easier to get your invite at last minute qualifier than at normal regionals, where it's usually for anywhere from 7 to 10 rounds, and usually you have to go X number of wins with only 2 losses to stand a chance at getting an invite. If that at all says how much easier winning 4 matches in a row is. Another thing about the last minute qualifier that makes it pretty easy, you gotta realize all the people that entering don't yet have their invite. But a lot of the people at last minute qualifier are very easy to beat with only having to win 4 matches in a row. It's as if Konami is just handing you your invite for just showing up, so might as well. Yeah, you might want to abuse what Konami is giving you though. Basically, you almost just show up and you got your invite as long as you know what you're doing. Something you should know about last minute qualifier. If you already have your invite and you enter the last minute qualifier, it actually takes away your invite, making you have to fight for it again. I don't really understand why Konami does that, but if you already have your invite, you shouldn't be at last minute qualifier anyways, because everybody else wants to get their invite and you want to be nice to them. But yeah, if you have your invite, you need to find a way to get to Nationals because you won't regret going. If you don't have your invite, you can find a reasonable priced ride with a friend or if you have great faith that you could win last minute qualifier no matter what, you need to go to it. So basically, either if you're a really good player and know you could win because the players aren't that good, or if you found a good ride that's either free or reasonably priced. Either or. But yeah, if you have your invite, oh wait, I already read that. Finally, you should know that on Saturday and Sunday, they actually do other 16-person single elimination tournaments, so you can get an early invite to the Nationals of next year. Which getting an early invite would be nice and not make you worried about having to get it at last minute once again. So overall, invite or not, Konami has many tournaments set up whether or not you have your invite. You'll always have something to do. Some things are free and some aren't, so it's worth going to. You'll remember it for a long time. Thanks for watching, guys. If you can find some way to get to nationals, invite or not, you need to go.